Hello. Hi. Hello. Look at Brad is helping me get some light in here. Hello. Welcome to our OPC Live on Sundays. And today I'm coming at you from what looks to be like a dark room where I'm kidnapped. We're going to talk about the Thass in just a minute. Hi, Shields. Shields, if you can give me a thumbs up that you can hear me, that'd be really great. You know, I don't trust the audio anymore. Perfect. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to talk about the Thass. I am clearly on tour. If you can hear people in the background, because we just wrapped up a stop here. Perfect. Thank you, Sheila. So we actually did the Thass workshop just now, and today it's live is answering what is the Thass. So I thought, how cool that we're doing it on the same day that I just did a Thass workshop on tour. And we actually have a couple of studios we're doing the Thass workshop at. I believe we're doing it in DC, Houston, and Phoenix. If you go to opc.me/tour, you can actually see where we're doing the Thass workshop. But I believe we have 3 more stops left with the Thass. It is also a workshop that we do sell on our OPC site, and you can do it. All right. So what is the Thass? Actually, before I get into that, can I just say happy holidays, everyone. We hit a huge milestone with this channel this year, and it's because of all of you. So just thank you so very much for being subscribers to this channel, for commenting, for sharing your thoughts, your aha moments, for sharing this channel with your friends. It means the absolute world to me. And I do really love seeing you in real life. It really, really does make a difference. And then today, several people posted themselves working out with me on this channel. And I love that. Tag me, tag OPC. I want to know who you are. I want to see what you're liking. While we don't add new workouts to this channel anymore because of our OPC platform, they're there so that you can do them as many times as you want to get to know us, right? The Thass. Plain and simple. The Thass is all the muscles around your thigh and hip that are not your hip flexors and psoas. And it's not because I don't want you to use that. People get really weird with me. They're like, of course the hip flexors and psoas lift the legs. It's how it has to work. Well, duh. I am not an idiot. I have taken many anatomy classes. I was a athletic training major, so I know how it works. But if we actually understand what we're doing in Pilates, it can't just be hip flexor. I have to think about how my leg works with my center, and for my leg to lift from my center. And for that to happen, I need inner thighs, I need hamstrings, I need my glutes to turn on. So it's not that we're not using the hip flexors or psoas. I don't want those to be weak. That would be a terrible idea. That would suck. It's that I want all the muscles around the thigh to come on. So the Thass is simply all the muscles that are not the front, so that we can actually talk about it in a way that allows you to strengthen those muscles when the leg is straight, understand how those muscles turn on when the leg is behind you, understand how those muscles can still have some job when the legs are up front of you. All right. And so when the Thass is on, we don't have hip clicks. When the Thass is on, we don't have hip flexor domination. When the Thass is on, we don't have the lower back being pulled forward. When the Thass is on, you're getting longer in every exercise. If you struggle with the roll up, rolling like a ball, open leg rocker, teaser, anything overhead, likely your Thass is not on. If when you're on your stomach and you feel your lower back overworking in swan or single leg kick or rocking, it's because not only are you dumping into your lower back, but your legs are not being held up by your Thass. I've been teaching on tour a lot, and I do ask and demand a little bit that people slide back on their box when they're doing their pull straps. And that's because I want the chest to support the box to support your chest, and you to hold your legs up from your Thass. I want that. What I tend to see is people overturn out and then rest their legs on the box. And then we wonder why we struggle with teaser and backstroke and all these things, right? So the more we actually can get our Thass on, the better opportunity we have to get our legs to move from our center. The Thass is not the same as being connected to your center. It just helps get you there. And when your legs are connected to your center, then you are unstoppable in your Pilates practice. Things become harder, more possible, but harder right? And then things that feel like snake used to feel like, oh, I'm hanging out in my wrist. Well, when my fast is on, I actually feel like I'm standing in my legs. When my fast is on, I can easily do a control balance off, or I can do rowings because I have that anchor. Roll ups become more possible. And so, what I want to challenge us all to think about is, in what exercises do you feel like your hip flexors are overworking? Write them down in the comments below. Okay. Now, I want you, if you have my accessory flashcard deck, to look at my magic circle exercise with the single leg and the double leg. I want you to look at the 100 I have with that. That's going to be really helpful homework, must do homework. If you have the Cadillac flashcards, I want you doing single leg springs from across. If you have reformer, I want you doing reformer footwork on one spring, especially the arches and the heels. Okay. If you're using a contemporary reformer, a red spring, classical reformer, one in the middle. The fast should never feel like it's burning. It will feel like like the technical term, right? That's what it will feel like when it's on. It's not the same as tucking. It's not the same as squeezing your butt. Okay, squeezing your butt when you're sitting on it, my fast is on, is partially on. But if I was lying down, it'd be easy, or standing, I would tuck, and then my fast is not on, right? I'm just gripping. So it's not the same as squeezing your butt. However, yes, the butt is part of the fast. And when your glutes are part of your fast, not overworking, you have more access to your advanced Pilates practice. So again, drop in the comments when you feel your hip flexors are overworking. Notice what's going on with your knees. Are your knees pushing down? Are they doing too much? Right? If I see wrinkles at the bottom of people's leggings, I know the fast is overworking, as it is not working, and then the knees are overdoing it. Notice if you're doing things with your calves, right? Or if your feet get light on your foot bar. Pilates is a full body workout. No muscle is overworked or underworked. They're all on the whole time. And it's complicated. That's why we have questions about breath and questions about the shoulders and questions about the Thass. It's complicated. And so I would give yourself permission to not feel like you're doing whack-a-mole, right? Give yourself permission to focus on, am I focusing on breath this season? Focus on breath in every exercise. Am I focusing on the Thass? Then focus on the Thass. Ugly Pilates is okay. Dangerous Pilates, never. Okay. So if you are feeling like you're overworking your lower back or overdoing it, or it feels a little scary, that's not okay. But being in process, I love that. I love that so much for you. And that's what we want at OPC. We want us to be curious. This channel is for teachers and for clients. And by the way, teachers used to be your number one client. That's who it's for. Always has been, always will be. OPC classes are always for Pilates bodies, real Pilates bodies doing real Pilates. I just met a woman today who travels every single week. And she came to the fast workshop because she was trying to get more out of her practice at home. And that's my goal for you. I really, truly want you to have as much access to Pilates as you possibly can. And part of that means understanding when you're overworking from your hip flexors and you're underworking your hamstrings and your inner thighs. So thank you for this amazing question. It's clearly winter and the air is a little dry, so I'm going to run. opc.me/tour is how we can see you in real life between now and in the middle of January. Also, if you want to go on a retreat with me, you're going to want to make sure you get on the retreat wait list. We're going to open up the early bird discount January 9th. We're only doing one retreat next year. And please make sure, even though it's really busy and it's cold outside and it can be miserable, that you don't skip your Pilates practice during the holidays. It's really, really important to me that you do it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sheila. You take care. You're so amazing. Everybody, thank you so much. Happy holidays. I'll see you next week. Bye.